Hi, and welcome to Mr. Garofalo's podcast. In today's episode, we are looking at equations that are joined by the words and or. The title of the homework is Intro to Compound Statements. And for this podcast episode, I decided to look at number 6 from your homework. I chose this one because it is probably the most thought-provoking question of all the ones that were assigned for you tonight. So in this question, we're given two compound inequalities. The first one reads x is less than 1 and x is greater than -1. Remember, for inequalities that are joined by and, both parts must be true for the entire statement to be true. The second one we're given looks almost identical, except that the word joining them is or. And remember, in inequalities that are joined by the word or, only one of the two of them need to be true in order for the entire statement to be true. And then we're asked, does that change, starting with the word and changing it to the word or, how does that change alter the solution set? And we're asked to use number line graphs to support our answers. So the first compound inequality here, if we graphed it, would look like this. This would show that x is greater than -1. We would have an open circle, not including -1, and we would shade to the right. And then x is less than +1 would be an open circle on +1, and we'd shade the numbers that are less than 1. But remember, since both of these conditions must be true, we would not go past either of these boundaries. So notice the shading here is within or in between -1 and +1, not including -1 and +1. Those are the only numbers that would make both of these true. Now remember, these numbers in here include all sorts of numbers. Decimals, mixed numbers, irrational numbers, non-integers, negative, positive. Okay, it's not just the number 0 that's included. There are lots of different numbers that are included in the solution set. Now if we go to the second one, we have the word or connecting them. So let's think about how that would change the solution set a little bit. Well, x is less than 1 would still be an open circle around +1, and we would want to shade to the left. And these are all the numbers that are less than 1. But the inequality also states that the value of x could also be greater than -1, and the word connecting them here is or. So it could be one or the other. Well, if I graph x is greater than -1, that's going to be an open circle on -1, and then we'd shade to the right. Now remember, this is the area right in here. This area is where both of the statements are true. Both of these are true. The green or blue shading, or excuse me, red or blue shading, is where either one of them could be true. So I'm going to leave you right here to come up with an answer for this, but I think for you guys, you need to think about what is this graph telling us about the solution set of this now. It's certainly a lot different than this one. So I'm going to leave you there. Hopefully with this instruction and this setup, you'll be able to come to a thoughtful and insightful answer. And I can't wait to see what they look like tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and see you in class.